what do Falcons do? Rise the heck up, baby! Welcome to Rise Up Reactions, the show where we talk all things Falcons, NFL, Georgia sports, and in general the sports news of the day. I'm your host, Dr. Lee Denning, lifelong sports fan, and man, I have been saying it since I saw us week one. We are better than anybody thought we could be. I was one of our detractors. I don't think anybody in the world thought we were going to be this type of team, but man, we fought, we clawed, and we played the most complete game we have played the entire year. Played the number one rushing defense. I think, let's see here. Yeah, managed to get 168 yards behind the legs of Caleb Huntley, Tyler Algier, and Marcus, man of the day, Mariota. Finally playing a complete game. Not looking the best in the world on yardage, but it doesn't matter. When you throw your only incompletion of the day in the fourth quarter, man, that is saying something. So, well done, Marcus Mariota. I still want to see if you can give us a 250-yard throwing game when we need it, but hot dang, man, you did phenomenal. So, big thing yesterday, the Falcons played well on both sides of the ball and special teams altogether. We came out strong with a touchdown run, basically on our first drive. Managed to find the end zone. First time that the San Francisco 49ers have given up a touchdown in the first quarter all year. So we managed to shatter that record. And then we managed to shatter their spirit with a fumble, scoop, and score. Three-man team here with Grady Jarrett knocking the ball out. You had Terrell going and picking it up and carrying it all the way to the end zone where he fumbled it, but then you had the wonderful, the lovely, the amazing Jalen Hawkins coming in and scooping it, staying in bounds, and getting the touchdown for us. Became 14-0. Then we had a little bit of a struggle. We allowed 2 touchdowns with no response. Before finally getting a touchdown to end the half, which again we bounced back and scored on, and then came out strong, held them in the beginning of the third quarter, managed to get another touchdown drive, and found a way to hold out till the end. They didn't score a point in the second half. So, standouts of the day, middle linebacker position. We had Troy Anderson with 13 tackles, 7 total. You had Rashaan Evans, linebacker, 12 total tackles, 7 solo. Richie Grant, safety, 6 tackles, solo 5. A.J. Terrell had 4 tackles, 2 solo, and he had a pass defended. Jalen Hawkins had the touchdown on the scoop and score, though I will give most of the credit to A.J. Terrell for that. It will go down as one of his stat lines. Isaiah Oliver, Matt Dickinson. Now, the thing we did not do, we did not have a sack in this game, but we did have a lot of pressure on Jimmy G, and we did cause their run game, which they are built around, to shut down. So Kyle Shanahan, he historically has a great offense, great running game, great schemes. And Brandon Ayuk certainly tore it up yesterday. Brandon Ayuk had 8 receptions for 83 yards and 2 touchdowns. George Kittle, 8 receptions, 83 yards. Deebo Samuel, 7 for 79. We gave up almost 300 through the air, but we held them to 50 rushing yards. I am telling you right now, the Falcons' rushing defense is no joke. We're not getting a lot of sacks, but we are getting pressure. And we're stopping one part of a team's ball game. We are making them one-dimensional. I'm not sure. I'd have to go back and look. I don't think anybody has successfully, other than maybe the Saints on a massive Taysom Hill run, have managed to get more than 100 yards on us so far on the ground through 6 games. I would have to look at that again, but I think we're one of the top rush defense teams for sure, top 5 right now. But overall, just a great showing by the Falcons. Let's go over to the Falcons offense here. Again, Caleb Huntley has emerged as a major player, going from undrafted practice squad player for 2 years, coming onto the squad and just coming out like a breath of fresh air. 16 carries for 59 yards. He and Tyler Algier were a 50-50 split here. He had 15 for 51. Caleb had a little bit more explosive play to him. Tyler had some good plays as well, but his long was 8. And then Marcus Mariota, again, 13 for 14 through the air, 129 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. The only time he threw an incompletion was in the fourth quarter. That did mean that we didn't have a lot of stats through the air. We did have Kyle Pitts with a touchdown, and we had Miko Pruitt, another tight end, with a touchdown as well. You had Zacchaeus with 4 receptions for 58 yards. You had Drake London, 3 for 40. He was the lone drop or miss of the day on a well-defended pass. And again, overall, we just looked really, really stinking good as a team. Shout out to my friend Erin McClure. She was the one who had my tickets to this week's game. You saw a banger of a game, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. I will be going, I think, to not our next home game, but the one right after that. But 28-14, Falcons over 49ers, a team that I did not have us beating but thought we would be competitive with. And man, we just came out firing on all cylinders. Now, next week, we go to the Cincinnati Bengals. Bengals are on a little bit of a tear right now. They have gone from being 0-2 to being 3-3 now. They do look better overall as a team. Their offense is clicking. This past week, let's see here. I can't remember who they played. They played the Saints. They did manage to find a way to beat them in the fourth quarter, but they were losing for the vast majority of that game. But they did find a way to come back. So they are not an amazing team. I would love to see us put some pressure on Joe Burrow. Let's see. You're just looking at their box stats real quick. I didn't get to watch that game because it was going on at the same time. Let's see here. They managed to put 3 sacks on Joe Burrow. And again, this is an offensive line with the Bengals that is pretty much Swiss cheese for the most part. They're not that great. So I think this is definitely a team or a game that we can pad our stats a little bit. If you've got Joe Mixon, you should probably be just a little bit worried about his production unless it comes through dink and dunk passes, which certainly could happen. That's how Leonard Fournette beat us a couple of weeks ago. Again, so looking back at our games right now, this is going to sound crazy. The Falcons are not that far off. We are technically tied for a wild card spot right now, and we're tied for the NFC South for first place right now. Had we beaten the Saints, we would be in sole possession of first place. Now, I think we should have beat the Saints. That was a collapse of monumental scale. The Rams, we had a chance to come back on, but we just couldn't make it happen. And then the Buccaneers, we never got a shot. We just never got a chance to actually show what we could do in the fourth quarter with 3 minutes left because we got robbed 2 different times on third down on defense. I think that it says a lot when the NFL comes back and finds Tom Brady almost $12,000 for kicking at Grady Jarrett's groin and do absolutely nothing to him for the roughing the passer. The NFL does have a roughing the passer problem, though. They are doubling down on this idea. Even if you go to the Chiefs game last week, they're doubling down on this idea of what have traditionally been good, solid hits now being considered malicious or roughing the passer in an effort to protect the quarterbacks, which from a money standpoint makes sense because that's who people are showing up to see. But if you go back and look at highlights of the NFL, decades ago, the things that people loved were the brutal, vicious hits, and it's a brutal game. So definitely something that you're not going to get away from completely, and you just need to let the players play at some point in time, especially when games are on the line. But, again, today we're happy the Falcons did manage to beat the 49ers. On a sad note, the Phillies did manage to beat the Braves in Philadelphia 3-1 in the series. Braves played a very good season overall, managed to come back win the NL East, but just couldn't put it together at the end of the season when it mattered for a stretch of games there. So, congratulations to the Phillies. I don't have a dog in the fight for the World Series anymore. It really doesn't matter to me. We'll see what happens on that one. Yankees might end up winning it. I didn't actually see what happened with their game last night, but we'll see what happens with the World Series. Georgia beat Vanderbilt 55-0. We have a bye week, and then we play Florida in Jacksonville, Florida. That should be a good game hopefully for the Dogs. Florida always plays us tough. And then finally, we have the upset of the weekend, or not really upset, but the game of the weekend, I would say, Tennessee beating Alabama in Tennessee with the fans rushing the field. First time in 16 years that Tennessee has managed to beat the Alabama Crimson Tide. Congratulations to the Vols. You played a hard-fought game and finally made that game into a rivalry again. We look forward to playing you guys in November. But until next time, guys, thanks for watching. This has been a great weekend for sports other than the Braves this weekend as a Georgia fan. But thanks for watching. Please consider liking the video. It'll really help my channel grow. Subscribe. That will also help me out. And if you like more content like this, I'll keep producing it. I've had a lot of fun so far with this season. We're about a third of the way done so far, and I can't wait to keep going on this journey with you guys, and we'll see if I can continue it on for a long time to come. But thanks for watching, and until next time, rise up.